Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to make a resume. You will feel that resume is similar somehow to CV with some little differences. Sometimes you will be required to attach your CV and sometimes you will be required to attach your resume. So what is the difference between them and how to create a resume and what types do resume have? So in this video, we are going to see what is the meaning of resume, the difference between resume and CV, the format that we should follow to make the resume, and by the end, we will get the types of resume and some samples. So let's begin. At the beginning, resume is a document created and used by a person to present their background, skills, and accomplishment. Now, you will feel that this definition is somehow similar to CV, but actually, once you are writing or you are making your CV, it's so necessary to make a comprehensive information about yourself, about your personal life. Whereas in resume, the focus will be more either on your skills, accomplishments, or sometimes on your experience. So let's see what is the difference between CV and resume. At the beginning, resume are competency based, whereas CV is credential based. Now, competency based, it means that the focus will be more on your skills, on your achievements, on your experience, work experience, on your greatest advantage. It's more than on, for example, the courses that you have made or the personal information, something regarding the name, the martial status, and so on. So in resume, you are focusing more in your competency or in your competence. So you are focusing on your work experience, achievements, accomplishments, and skills. Whereas in CV, it is credential-based, providing a comprehensive and often lengthy listing of one's education, certification, research experience, and professional affiliation and memberships. This is sometimes not necessary to be included in your resume. Now, let's go through the format. Of course, for the format, sometimes the application that you are uploading your resume in will ask you to make some or to follow some submissions or some format. But let's see the standard one. At the beginning, we have to go through the some features of your line. So applying the standard resume formatting rules, 1-inch margins, elegant font, 11 to 12 pt font size, single line spacing, additional space before and after the headings. And actually, all of these features are discussed in details and how to make them in a previous video. Now, the second one is that choose one of the standard types of resume. It is so necessary. I will discuss this later on in details. It's so necessary to know what kind of resume I should make based on my achievements or based on my career path, based on the job that I have. So shall I use reverse chronological resume, combination resume, or functional resume? We will get detailed discussion about every single type of these types later on. So pick the proper resume format for your individual situation. Next, the format of resume is mostly about dividing it into proper sections. In this order, we have to start by contact information. And for the contact information, it's enough just to include your email and mobile number. This is enough. But if you want to be more detailed, so you can attend or you can include the LinkedIn account if you have, And to be professional, actually, it is so important to have a LinkedIn account. So just make your LinkedIn account beside your email and your mobile number. Some people will include their accounts on social media websites like on Instagram, on Facebook, or sometimes on Snapchat. So it depends on the career that or the job that you are seeking for. The summary, it is an overview about yourself. I will say something in details later on about that, but it is something like who you are for the summary. You have to say who you are, something very brief about your experience and your previous job, and something regarding your future plans, what you are going to do. This will include something like 2 lines, 3 lines, or maximum 4 lines at the beginning of your resume. Work experience, education, skills, and extra sections. This will be based on the type of the of the resume that you will choose. That is to say, if your resume is chronological, so the biggest section will be made for the experience. If your resume is a functional one, so the biggest section will be for the skills. And if it is a hybrid or a combination resume, this one, so the focus will be on 2 sections, the experience and the skills. Now, for the education and other sections, they will not take that that space. They will be set in brief. Save space using bullet points in your work experience and education sections. This is regarding the numbering. So it's not necessary to have numbers like 1, 2, 3. It's good just to have bullet points. And this is discussed in details in previous videos. Don't use photos in your resume unless the job description specifically asks for them. This is so important not only in resume but also in CV. It's not so necessary to include your own photo unless it is required. The most important one is that usually a PDF is your best bet. It makes sure your resume layout stays intact across all devices. To be professional with any document that you upload or that you attach in for an application, it's necessary for all these files to be PDF. Don't send Word file or other files. It is a PDF in order not to be changed through the devices. To stay on the safe side, have your resume available in both PDF and document file formats. This is if you are asked to change something or to edit something, or to update your CV. So it's perfect to have a document with Word, Microsoft Word file, just to edit whenever you want. So these are the formats for the resume. You have to follow them, and we will see all of them later on when we get to the samples. Now, the most important section here in this video is for the types of resume. So at the beginning, we have reverse chronological, skills-based or functional, and the third one is hybrid or combination. We will get started by the first one, which is chronological or reverse chronological. Now, before going through this type, I'll tell you something that is based on the career or the job that you are seeking for. You can decide which type of these resumes you can choose. Actually, all types are available and are applicable for all jobs. But if you want to be more professional, so you have to follow these rules. At the beginning, what is the meaning of reverse chronological? The word chronological means that you have to order a list of things based on time. So starting from the very new one or the newest one to the oldest one. And the focus here in chronological resume will be on work history or the experience. Some jobs will ask you to have a lot of experience or a large amount of years or like a huge number of years for experience. Like when you are looking at some medical jobs like doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and so the more experienced you are, the better you are going to be. Library employees, and some other jobs that experience is more important than something else. So the more experience you have, the better choice that you are going to get. So in such jobs or career, it's good to have a good experience, like 10 years or 20 years experience. And these experiences will be ordered chronologically. So I will start saying the first job, I will start by the newest one. For example, now we are in 2021. So I will say my career now, or my job now, or my position now. And then I'll go back to the previous job, for example, going back to like 5 years ago. And then before this 5 years, where was I at that point, reaching the oldest one. Now, what is to be consisting in this chronological resume? At the beginning, I have to have contact information, as I've told you before. Resume summary or objective, work experience. This is the largest section in chronological resume. We can include something regarding our education, just to say the name of the certificate or the degree that I have, and the university and the year of graduation. Then we have to say, if it is not necessary, but it's good to have it, like skills and some additional sections. It is so optional. I'll tell you something here. I'll let you see what chronological resume I have. So here is a sample. So this is the name of the person. It is made as the title for the resume. And here he has some contact information. He includes his email and something regarding his address and his mobile or the telephone number. This is the overview or the summary. He says, who is he? And something in brief, something regarding his career path, some experiences. Just to say something in brief, you can read it by yourself. And it will be something like a small paragraph, 3 lines, 4 lines as maximum. Now, as you see here in chronological resume, the focus is more on experience. So he starts by saying something very new that starts from 2014 to present. Present means now. So he says what experience or what position he has this time. Then he goes back to 2012 to 2014 and to 2008 and so on. This is the largest section in chronological resume. Now, the other sections that we have something about education, but it is not that big. And that's it. This is the resume, the chronological resume. Okay, let's go back now to this file. So its part, I'm talking about the chronological. So its key part is the work experience section. Here is how to make it. So at the beginning, I will start with the current or most recent job, as I told you before. Follow it with the one before. This is because I'm saying something chronological. In each entry list, your position, the name of the company, and the dates worked. Okay. Well, you can continue saying these ones in details. Okay. Let's move now to the second type of resume that is called the functional resume or the skills-based resume. Actually, for this type of resume, we are focusing more on the skills of the person. So the largest section will be given for the one who has or the skills or the functions that he got. So the more skills that you have, the better that you are going to, the better choice that you are going to get. So let's get started. At the beginning, for the functional resume, it is so suitable for those who works like events planners or waiters or painters or any job or career that needs you to have skills. So a functional resume format focuses on your skills and abilities. That is why it is also called the skills-based resume format. It lets you emphasize what you're good at and takes the pressure of your work experience. It's not necessary to include something about your experience actually, or something about your education. So it's just necessary to include contact information, resume objective or summary, and the skills summary, the skills section. This is the focus will be more on this. Now, additional sections will include something like experience or education, but as I've told you before, it's not so important to include these sections. So the focus will be again and again on the skills section, or the skills that you have. Okay. Now, the two crucial components of a functional resume are the resume objective at the very top and the skill summary. This is how to write them step by step. So, functional resume. At the beginning, in the resume objective at the top, briefly explain your motivation. This is, again, something repeated. I'm talking about the parts. So for the summary or the objective, briefly explain your motivation for pursuing a given career and discuss the most important skills you've mastered so far. If you have one, add a link to your online portfolio, blog, or personal website to the resume objective, for example, LinkedIn account. You can include LinkedIn account, or you can include a video that includes something regarding your proficiency in making something, or to show you that you are a skillful person. You can include a blog or personal website, or anything that you've made. If you are an event planner, for example, so just give a video that shows what plans you've made for that event or for that conference, and so. For the summary, pick 4 to 5 skills that you are most relevant to the job you are applying for. Don't just list your skills, be specific, give examples of when and how you applied them. Mention software you are proficient in, and quantify wherever you can. Use bullet points or go for plain paragraphs. I'll tell you just a sample for functional resume. This is a functional one. So like the previous one, we have the name of the person, the contact information, and here is the career objective or the summary. You can include, as you see, 3 to 4 lines. Just say who you are, your career path, something about your experience, and that's it. Here he includes something about his qualifications, but it is optional, it's not necessary. And here we have the skills. As you see that for the skills, it's not necessary for these ones to be. Yeah. So for the skills section, actually, it is the largest section in this resume. So it includes many sections. And as you see here, we have, this is, regarding the job itself. Here we have the bullet points that he uses there and here, and so on. And he mentioned something about his experience in little or in a small section, something about his education, but as I've told you, it's not necessary sometimes. Okay, let's continue. The last one, the last resume, the last type is called hybrid or combination. Now, the word hybrid, it means two. So I can include my skills and my experience, or the skills and the experience have the same value. So the focus will be more in a section, and that section is very large. It will be, or the largest or the focused section will be including with experience and with skills. So you can include the skills and the experience, something like teacher. Now for the teachers, it's so necessary for them to have good experience, like when I have 10-year experienced teacher, 20-year experience, and so Beside that, they have some skills, something like communication skills, academic skills, learning skills, dealing with some special cases skills, all of them. This means that your resume choice will be for the hybrid. So I can include my experience and my skills as well. Again and again, we will get these sections: contact information, summary, experience and skills. Education is fine. Okay, so this is how to write it. Start with the listening skills that are most relevant to the job you want to land. You have to include, as I've told you before, bullet points. And the last one is bullet points is something similar to these ones. I mean, this one and this one. This is the bullet points. Focus on qualified and measurable accomplishment. I'll let you see something as a just as a sample. Sorry for that. Okay. So for this resume, again, here we have the name, the contact information, and here we have, okay, in this one, there is no summary for him. It's fine. Here we have the skills, as you see. Okay, this is a big section for skills, and this is another section for experience. Now, the other ones are not so focused and are not so important, but he includes skills and experience, so it is hybrid. Okay. So that is all for this video. So we get what is the meaning of resume and the types of resume. So by the end, I'll tell you something that is based on the career path or based on the job that you are seeking for. You can decide what type of resume you need to choose. Thank you for your listening. Goodbye.